Hey, it's Jack, and in this video, we're going to teach you how to make TikTok videos or Instagram videos like Zohran.
And why it might be easier. You see, I've watched hours and hours of Zohran videos so that you don't have to. Not that I agree with him on like anything, but he does have a really good strategy which you can use on Instagram and elsewhere. And obviously he won, so he's on to something, isn't he? All right, let's go back to the studio and learn how.
Let's cut to the chalkboard. We have some basic rules and guidelines, suggestions. Number one, this video, even though it says make videos like Zohran, this video is to remind you that your really goal, the big goal, is to make videos like you, We're going to provide you a structure like Zohran structure, but you got to make videos that are like you. Don't be him, be you is the number one rule. Second, you've got to be consistent. This video is targeted to people who are running for office with no staff. All you have is a cell phone, 3 cords, and the truth. That's it. It's scalable up to, the highest levels, but literally you can take the lessons from this video and apply it to basically any type of campaign, even if it's just you as the candidate with absolutely no staff. Really, the only thing you need is a cell phone. And remember, when Zohran started running for office, he didn't really have the resources that he has now. And so we're going to use it as an example, a video that he made many months ago, just as a way to kind of give you an idea how you can ramp this up. Remember, message and content are the new money in politics. And 3, as always, you want to tell a story. Show, don't tell. And even in this video here, there was a little bit of a hook in the beginning. Did you hear that? You might find that it's actually easier. That's kind of like the beginning of Act 1. Remember, most stories are in 3 acts. And then that's like the incitement to action. It's kind of a hook. You might find it's easier. And so I know, like, ooh, I could make videos like Zohran. I thought Zohran videos were really hard. But now Jack is saying they're difficult or that they're easy. Maybe I should watch the whole video. Maybe I'll learn. So incitement to action, tell a story. I was telling a story there, just not reading out of a book. This video is going to focus on candidate-only videos. We're going to call this like a 101 class, where you'll also see some of the most effective videos that Zohran does are kind of like a 201 class, an upper level class, where the candidate is doing the interviewing.
So we're out in Plymouth asking people who they voted for. We found this citizen here. Sir, could you tell us who you voted for? No comments? Yeah, these videos are harder. We'll teach that later.
So today we're just going to focus on candidate-only video, where the only person in the video is you, the candidate. It's now late 2025, and if you take this advice now and build over time, remember in the beginning, a lot of people might not watch your videos, but if you build over time, you'll get better. And as interest in your election starts to ramp up sometime next year, all the practice of all the kind of crappy videos you made early on will start to pay off. If you don't think you're that good in front of the camera, that's okay. It's still a ways off from the election, and being in front of the camera is a skill, and you can get better with practice. Having said that, if it's only like 30 days to the election, you can still make a huge impact with short form video, even if you start like 30 days out. But if you start 10, 12 months out, you're going to be better off, even if you've never recorded yourself on camera before. Practice will make you better. So we're going to start by watching this video from Zohran back in April, where I started to notice Zohran, and I was like, this guy's got talent. And this is definitely polished, but you could make this you could make this or something like this if you follow the guidelines in this video. Let's take a quick look.
Our campaign is surging, and you want to know why? Because the ideas we're fighting for are popular. This month, for example, we got new polling that showed...
I actually just want to stop it right there. What have we noticed already? We are, what, 6-7 seconds into this video, and we already have two different clips. We're going to talk more about that in a minute, but we already have two different clips. He also uses graphics, which that's kind of like an add-on. Don't so much worry about that right now. If you're just starting out, you don't need those. Those are helpful, but it's the editing, the clipping that I really want you to focus on. Here we go back again.
The 2/3 of New Yorkers support city-owned grocery stores, a policy we've championed for months that would guarantee cheaper groceries. But that's not all.
But that's not all. Look at so that thought ended, and now he's on to another thought in a different location, standing at a bus stop. And what is he talking about? Buses.
A poll found 3/4 of New Yorkers support making buses free, like this one.
All right, a little humor, and then immediately a cut to him walking. So in this video here, obviously he's not holding the camera. He is not holding the camera. But as I said, you could probably make all of these shots with you holding the camera. But if you have a cameraman or a camera person, that does allow for a little bit more creative angles, but it's not a necessity. It's helpful, but not a necessity. And if it slows you down, if getting the camera person to meet you there to make the video, and that delays the video a day or two because they're volunteer or whatever, it would be much better to get out there and make the video today, especially if it's a pressing issue in today's news cycle. It'd be much better there to make it today and get it out there rather than wait 2 days. You get the idea. So don't let don't put up artificial barriers to your creation on these videos, especially if you don't have the staff. And now
as a state legislator, I won $15 million to fund a first-of-its-kind fare-free bus pilot that led to a 30% increase in weekday ridership and a 38...
All right, kind of data dumping here for me, just a little bit too much data dumping, but that's all right. He gets off it because the clips come so quickly, he moves off this fairly quickly.
9% decrease in assaults on bus drivers. Now I'm running on a plan to make every bus fast and free. And finally, this week we found that nearly 80% of New Yorkers agree with my plan to freeze the rent for more than 2 million rent-stabilized tenants. Politics isn't always that complicated. We're in second place because we're fighting for everyday New Yorkers. So join us at ZohranForNYC.com and win a city that New Yorkers can actually...
Win a city that New Yorkers can actually afford. Join us at Zohran.com or whatever it's called. So there's a call to action, what advertising people call a call to action. Join our campaign, go to our website, so that there's just not you telling something about whatever policy that you're promoting, whatever it happens to be. But there's actually a way to invite people into your campaign. Go to Zohran.com or whatever it is. So, go to dogcatcher.com, whatever it is that you're running for, so that you can invite people. That should be the end of almost every video, so that they watch it, they like you, and then you ask them to go do something. A couple of takeaways from that 50-second video. I timed it on my phone. It was 50 seconds, and it had about 10 or 12 clips in it. The number one rule is that on TikTok, Instagram, you probably want to make a video. Right now, the sweet spot is about 45 to 50 seconds. That's it. People are not going to watch your 10-minute video on TikTok or Instagram. They might watch that on YouTube, like you're watching this because you want to learn something. But on TikTok and Instagram, you got to be under a minute. Probably the sweet spot, 45 to 50 seconds. Although it is variable. It changes over time. But that's what it is right now. I've watched a lot of Zohran videos, a lot of them. And on average, and I've counted for you, I did the math. On average, they average about 12 different clips over those 50 seconds on average. And if you notice, he looks directly into the camera. This is a problem that a lot of people have, is they are looking at their notes. They're looking at their notes and or some type of teleprompter device or some type of giant cue card or whatever. So they're looking slightly off camera. See how off-putting that is when I look over there? Yeah, no, people want you to look right in the camera, right in the camera. That's what people want you to. I just looked down on purpose just a second ago. Notice how annoying that is? Look straight into the camera. Look straight into the camera. And point number 4 is be on location. Be on location. Zohran's talking about buses. He's at bus stops. He's at bus stops, right? He's at bus stops. In the clips that I put up in the beginning of this video, they're very recognizable to my hometown. I live in Plymouth, Massachusetts. That's obviously Plymouth Rock. If I was running for office, no, I'm not. But if I was running for office in Plymouth, that's where I would make videos. I would make videos where people would recognize the setting. If you're making videos in the basement, so to speak, behind your bookcase, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. These are the 4 things. Keep it under a minute, about 12 clips or so. Sometimes you can do it in 9. Sometimes you might need 14. Look at the camera, and location. Now I want to take a look at a candidate running for governor here in Massachusetts. A candidate running for governor here in Massachusetts, and his name's Brian Shortsleeve. I'm not picking on Brian Shortsleeve in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually picking on him because his videos right now are better than the other 2 guys that are running for governor in Massachusetts. And by no way, means, shape, or form is this an endorsement of Mr. Shortsleeve in any way, shape, or form. But right now, and this does ebb and flow a little bit, but right now, he's making better videos than the other 2 guys that are in the Republican primary. Probably not as good of videos as Maury Healy. Maury Healy makes exceptional good videos, but we'll use Brian's because he is prolific. He could make more, but he's doing pretty good. So we're going to contrast Zohran's video with Brian Shortsleeve's video only as a compliment to Brian because he's doing a good job on it. And let's just start off on this video right here. So he is going to talk about auto excise tax, which is a tax here in Massachusetts that you pay simply to have your car. And look at him. Good job on him. He's outside of a used car dealership somewhere, a Volkswagen used car dealership. So he's on location. He's got that rule done. He's under a minute. He's about 50 seconds or so. He's got that rule done. But he probably breaks the other 2 rules, in which case, let's just take a quick listen.
Brian Shortsleeve. You know the only thing that might possibly be worse than the auto excise tax? How about a surcharge on top of that auto excise tax bill you get every year? Yes.
Oh, no clip. It's all one shot. It's all one shot, which means this 50 seconds, he has to cram all of the concepts that he wants to fit into this video in 50 seconds. In which case, if he misses a concept, he has to recut the video and it takes more time, right? So you risk missing something or worse, saying something that you shouldn't have said, right? So it's all one clip. It's all one clip. And we know from the Zohran video that he's doing in 50 seconds, he's doing like a dozen clips. So why is it easier? Why is it easier to make a Zohran video? Because you don't have to remember the whole thing. You don't have to remember the whole thing. Instead, you make like bullet points. Some may say a script. I don't like that word, or phrases or bullet points. And as you record the 12 bullet points, you only have to remember each line one at a time. You don't have to remember all 50 seconds at once. You can record the one line, whatever it is. The auto excise tax is going up in Massachusetts. That's the whole thing. That's the whole clip. The auto excise tax is going up in Massachusetts. That's Maury Healy wants to raise your auto excise tax. That's the whole clip. And then you clip to a different angle at the car lot, whatever, to keep it interesting. Because as we know, people like to see, people retain their attention when the clips move from time to time. So, right? So every thought should be a new clip, a different angle, walking, talking, sitting at a bus stop, whatever it happens to be. So that's one thing that Brian could improve upon. More editing, more editing. The second thing that it strikes me here is it seems that he's looking slightly, just slightly off camera. Actually, where we froze the video here, he seems to be looking straight into the camera. This is a really easy mistake to make. It's a really easy mistake to make. You know Casey Neistat? You know Casey Neistat, like the sunglasses famous New York vlogger, right? One of the greatest YouTubers of all time. There's probably a lot of reasons why Casey wears those sunglasses, but one of the reasons why he wears sunglasses, do I have mine here? No, I don't. Mine are in the car. One of the reasons why he wears sunglasses is because you can't see where his eyeball is looking, right? And so he very well might be looking slightly off camera, especially if he has a flip out cam on screen on his camera, to make sure that he's consistently framed, because he makes all his videos completely by himself without a crew. And so when he's looking into the camera and it looks like he's looking into the camera, he actually might be slightly looking off, and you don't to see the monitor, which you don't see because he has sunglasses on, which of course have been integrated into, like, you know, his style. That is Casey Neistat fashion. But it also has a real practical point of view. If you don't have that, if you're not wearing sunglasses, you then gotta look directly into the camera, and the audience can tell. So once again, the benefit of having a script, or to do this in 12 segments, or 9, 14, whatever it takes, is that it really gets you disciplined with your message. So you're going to go to your chalkboard or your notebook or whatever, and you're going to write down whatever your bullet points are. Now, some people might want to write an exact sentence. Well, okay. Or some of you might just write a phrase, or some of you might write bullet points, or I write bullet points. Like when I made those, the beginning of today's video, I went downtown Plymouth and I had my little bullet points. In any case, if you use a script, it simplifies the process, or bullet points. It simplifies the process, and you only have to memorize, so to speak, one of these at a time. You don't have to memorize the whole spiel. That's why it's easier. All right, so next up, you want to take these dozen or so clips and put it together. There's a lot of software out there. I use mostly Adobe Premiere on my desktop or on my laptop. But I do have Adobe Rush on my cell phone, and sometimes I'll edit right on my cell phone. But somehow you need to cut those clips down, get rid of all the awkward pauses and all that other stuff, and bring it together in 12 really, really quick, right? Let it all flow together, just like that you saw in the beginning of this video or on almost any Zohran video. Remember, the Zohran video that I showed you or featured in this video was from April of this year. And if you go back even further than that, his videos are even more rudimentary. It's okay if you start with the simple basics, but don't forget to use captions. A lot of these videos people are watching on their cell phone when they're on the subway or whatever it happens to be. You gotta have captions. And it is absolutely positively, especially if you're running for office, helpful if you can edit those captions, because you don't want to have the caption say something that it would be offensive, right? So make sure you double check the captions. And if you listen to almost all the Zohran videos, especially the one that we just saw, there's a little music bed underneath, little bed of music. If you can pull that off, it really can kind of up your, but don't make it an obstacle to putting it out. If you can't figure out the music to begin with, you don't know where to get the clip, blah, 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 don't worry about it right now. It's not mission critical. It's helpful. And eventually you'll get there where the music is something that you can add eventually. Oh, one more thing. The thumbnail and the logo. One of the definitive awesome things about Zohran and how he ran this campaign, and whoever manages Instagram / TikTok, is the logo. The logo jumps right at you. Can, like, who is that? This guy laughing, and right, he's fun, he's happy, he's laughing. Be you. And he's also got a fantastic logo, which really jumps right off the page. These are thumbnails, and you can set those. Jack, how do I set a thumbnail? Just Google it. Very, very helpful. That's extra credit. Again, it's not an immediate, but it's something. This is a skill set that you'll get better with at practice, continuing to add these layers as you go through the campaign. Now, of course, if you have staff, it's going to make it easier. You would think. Even though he didn't have a lot of resources to begin with, he got more resources by spreading the word of his campaign through these videos. You can do the same thing, whether you're in Boise or Somerville, Massachusetts, or wherever you happen to be, right? That's the whole idea, that content and message are the new money. All right, I'm John F. Gately. Thanks for watching. We'll keep you posted.